Do y'all have like an intro song or what?
Appreciate
that.
you.
That's staying in. Welcome to the Grown Up Kids podcast, episode unknown.
That's true. The other day I asked John, like, hey, what episode is... He's like, bro, like, we just stopped keeping count or something.
I know.
Yeah.
It's too hard to keep count. We're on like season 20.
How long y'all been going with this for? Like a year?
Oh, it's been like a 4-year process.
No way.
Yeah. It's been a little over 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
We just celebrated
That's crazy.
4 years this year.
Yeah.
Dang.
Put in
Nobody listened for
to
the
put
first
it in
3 years. So.
to put it into
Seriously.
some fun perspective. I remember when we were doing this, and we went to go watch the Joker movie, and then we ended up trying to record an episode about it, and I don't think it ever aired. The first Joker movie, which was 2019, 5 years ago.
Michael's favorite.
Thank God it didn't come out.
That's the
Trash.
best Joker of all time.
Okay, buddy.
Really?
Heck no.
You didn't like the Heath Ledger one?
That was the second best.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
Well, the director of this new Joker is saying that Joker was never supposed to be the Joker.
Huh?
Did you
Say
hear
that one more
that?
time?
That the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, was never supposed to be Joker. That's what he's saying, which is so dumb.
Yeah, he's
Really?
obviously
Joker
not.
review.
Literally, the movie's called The Joker. Or Joker.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
he's
dumb.
an idiot.
they should have got the guy that played Dahmer.
And he's become
What's his name?
Joker.
Evan
oh,
Peters?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he'll be the next Joker.
Yeah.
If he ever does a role like that again.
Yeah.
I can see him being a good Joker.
Yeah. I feel like the last one didn't have as much action as like the Heath Ledger one.
Mm.
It
Oh,
was too
Jared
like
Leto.
it was too centered around, I guess, the whole
Chaos.
Mental illness.
Psychology.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
Like, who cares about that? We just want to see action.
Speaking of mental illness, John's here for
Feminism.
the first time.
Wow. What an intro. Like Isaac said, we have our friend John Franco joining us for the very, very first time. Definitely won't be the last time.
Get it, let's get it.
And so we can start just diving into some conversation. I know I typically like to put on our Instagram story like some suggestions for, did I say suggestions?
Song suggestions.
I usually try to put just to see what people want us to talk about. You know, that's what you want to do. The people that you know comment on the stories are the ones that listen. So before we get into those questions, Brandon wants us to try
Oh, yeah.
He wants us
It
to
is.
do shots,
Coke
which
Zero.
is crazy to do at a church.
Before we try it, you have the best nose out of all of us. What does this smell
Oh,
like?
heck no.
My wife likes my nose.
what? It kind of smells like a mouthwash a
What he
little bit,
meant.
like a little kid. You know how kids have like a sweet smelling.
Well, it's kind of on
Toothpaste?
track with what John Franco said.
It
That
smelled
he
like
says it
vanilla
smells like
Coke.
alcohol, and mouthwash has alcohol.
There's
All
no
right.
alcohol in
That's
this.
nasty.
Okay?
Cheers.
I promise.
All right, you got to
Cheers.
drink all of it.
Here we go. One.
Shabbat shalom.
L'chaim.
All
1, 2, 3, go.
right.
It just tastes like Coke. I don't taste the Oreo.
It's
No?
Coke, but with the smell.
Oh, I got the aftertaste of the Oreo.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This is nasty.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Don't buy this, okay?
I like it, but I feel like all these like drinks, like Coke and stuff, to me lately, they all taste like just like tar and like chemicals and just
Yeah.
like they don't even serve it in other countries, do they? Or like a different version of Coke?
It's
or
a different
something?
version.
Yeah,
Like
Mexico.
the
Mexican Coke.
sugar's different.
Bro.
God. Okay, now my tongue is starting to sizzle.
What? Okay, now you're just being
Hey, the McDonald's Coke. The McDonald's Coke goes hard.
That's
Yeah.
best Coke.
Okay, let's get into some questions. Let's start off before we derail any more than we already have.
It's so nasty, but I kind of.
You like it?
I don't know. I can't stop drinking.
Yeah,
it.
it's not that bad.
You mean you didn't finish it?
That's how
thought we all
addiction
finished
starts.
No,
That's
I was
how
like
addiction starts.
tasting it. It's true.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's good. My tongue, I'm not even joking. My tongue is like, no.
Blah.
Numb?
What if I was allergic to this type of Oreo?
No.
What
it's
flavor Oreo is it?
Regular
It says
Oreo.
Oreo. Limited edition
Coca.
Oreo. 0 sugar.
Okay. Okay. Should I not read the names?
Man, we got a lot.
Nah. Maybe
Nah,
not.
don't read the names. Just read the
Okay.
questions.
If
Let's
it's an
do
out
that.
of pocket question, yes.
If you're watching and you send in the question, you know who you are.
Yeah, there you go.
there
Yeah,
I-
yeah,
I-
there you go, there you go.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
And you should be ashamed.
So
Oh gosh.
the first question is Nate single?
It's actual.
It is
That
a
actually
question.
happened.
It is a question.
Okay,
It's from one of the
let's-
ushers.
in the podcast, I'm here to openly declare this man is amazing, and we need to get him a woman of
Remember what
God.
we talked about earlier today?
Like
hey,
it
what's
doesn't.
what's the age range?
Okay, let's go there.
I'll count 1 to 100 and you tell me when to stop.
The range, I would say I wouldn't go less than 7 years younger.
How old are you?
Well, I'm going to turn 30 in a month. So
23.
22, 23.
And over.
Over, man, nah, I can't say that. Over, I probably wouldn't go more than like 2 or 3.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say like 40 something is
Nah,
fine.
Oh.
nah.
Well, women live a lot longer than men, so.
You want an established.
Well, but you want kids.
What if they already
I
have
want
kids?
kids.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't mind them having kids.
He has
yeah.
someone in mind. Go ahead.
You don't mind stepping up?
kidding.
I have an
Yeah.
I don't
aunt.
know how. Well, how old is she?
She has an inheritance.
She's gone through like 3 divorces. 6 kids.
Oh man.
She's single.
Anyway, that was a true, honest
Who asked it?
question.
Who asked it?
No, I can't say that on the podcast.
Can't say the name, but
can
thank,
talk about it later.
thank you for the question.
So the
You
answer
know,
is yes.
Somebody on the prayer
He,
team.
he might be filling out applications
Someone
later.
on
He
the
is
prayer
single. Prayer team's been praying.
Here is another question. I guess this one is kind of tied into the month of October. It's like spooky.
Mm-hmm.
This one says,
Are
do
you
you
scared?
truly believe that you could survive a Saw game trap?
Depends.
What's
Nah.
that?
What am I cutting off?
Have you seen those
movie Saw?
movies, Saw?
Bro, I can't watch like,
Gory stuff?
nah.
Oh.
So
Not
you'd
mine.
probably die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would give up right away. I would surrender.
I haven't seen the movies either.
No.
But it's a series
You
of
have a will
games.
to survive.
Wait, is
Amen.
it like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Is that
No.
No.
So basically, I mean, I'm not even gonna go into like the story of it. All I'm gonna say is, he puts people in situations where they have to help themselves to escape, but it usually means it costs them something. Like they gotta cut off a finger, they gotta do something,
What are
And
you cutting
it's-
off first?
and it's psychological. Well, it depends on the trap that he puts you in. Like it just really depends.
Yeah.
Do you always have to cut something off?
Not always.
No.
Sometimes it's.
There was one where somebody had to put their face through like glass, right? Like
Mhm.
sergeant glass. So you got your face cut up a lot, but
I could do that one.
I'd
that
rather
was
just
kinda
die, bro.
He
Honestly.
said, forget it. I'm tapping out.
I say yes,
I
I'd
do
survive.
Yeah, I think you would too.
Everybody else.
I would like to think I would, but
yeah,
It's like Hunger Games type thing.
I don't know. I
But
think
to yourself.
I think it depends. Like
Yeah.
Brandon was saying, it depends what it is.
I think if it's something like where it's like played off of my fears, like a fear of drowning or like some like have to get off of something super high,
or an orca.
I might survive an orca tank attack.
Are you scared of orcas?
It's a real fear, bro.
It's a crazy thing. Okay, I can't explain it. I feel like Michael Jackson. They lie. Stupid.
Oh my god.
But okay, so when I was younger, I was super into Free Willy. I watched that movie front to back all the time, right?
Mhm.
The one scene that would scare me is the beginning when Jesse's running through the aquarium, and it's like raining, so like the lightning's flashing and stuff, and the scene where he runs in and he sees Willie, you know, Willie has his mouth open and it's the like lightning strike, right? And you see his like he's gonna eat him or something, you know, whatever. But it's just that quick like little flash to like scare you at the beginning, whatever.
Mhm.
Are orcas like dolphins or what?
They are technically they are dolphins.
No, they're
not actually
whales.
No, they're technically
Really?
dolphins.
I thought it was an orca whale. That's the killer whale, right?
Yeah, that's what they're called, but they're technically a species of dolphins.
Wow.
That's why they're the smartest predators in the ocean. He's looking it up.
Can I
Check
pray
it.
for you real
It's fun.
quick?
You know what animals
Yeah.
are like super scary? What are those? I don't know what they're called. It's kind of like a big bird.
Big
one-
Bird.
Nah,
Sesame
it's like they got like the huge long legs.
Oh, ostrich.
Ostriches. Oh, dang, dude.
Nah.
That's
You're
scary.
right, Brandon. It says orcas, also known as killer whales, are the largest member of the dolphin family. Dang.
So back to the thing is that it wasn't just that. It was, for some reason, I would just have random to this day, random nightmares
To this day.
where I'm just chilling, I'm just doing whatever, and like a hurricane is coming through and like water's just flooding in, and these big old
Really?
orcas are out to eat me. Like I'm in a room like this and
Interesting.
it floods with water, and like big orcas are coming through the door trying to eat me. And I'm like freaking out, like what
That's
the freak, like, you
insane.
know what I mean?
That's a scary
And
thing.
so that's scary. That's what scares me about
But he
them.
has that dream like
Plus-
very often. That's why.
It maybe like once a year maybe.
Okay.
Now, but
Once a night. No, dude.
No, I mean something, bro.
but like knowing like about them, because I love them as a kid. Like I know that they're the greatest predators in the ocean. They're basically wolves of the ocean. Like they can hunt anything. They're super smart. They know how to. They're attacking ships. I don't know if you guys knew that. They're attacking ships off the coast of Europe because those ships and yachts were like throwing stuff off the ocean. They were getting mad and they started attacking the ships and they started sinking them.
Dang.
They found the rudders and started tearing at them.
That's epic.
And people were like,
Wow.
"Oh yeah, they're like big puppies." No, they're not. These jokers are for real.
What's
But-
happening?
I took another sip of that Coke.
I'm looking at his face and he's going.
Oh, sorry.
So it's not necessarily that.
that.
It's just I have the nightmare, every
Got it.
once in a while.
Yeah, I think I would die. I don't think I would survive.
I could see you cutting off a couple things.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about like in the mornings, my alarms go off, and I'm like have to like coach myself like, okay, at the count of 3, you're gonna get up. Ready? 1. And I like if I have a hard time doing that, like having to cut off something, I'd be like 1, 2, and I just think I would run out of time. That's one of the things about the movie is that it gives you like 60 seconds to do it.
Oh, have you seen the memes?
It's
of
not.
that?
It's
Where
not like you have all day to be like, okay, I gotta try to figure. It's like you pull something and then the timer starts, and then once the timer goes to 0, like you
What happens if you don't do it?
die.
die.
I
Basically,
literally would just die, bro. I literally
Is it a
would die.
quick and
okay, okay.
painless death?
okay. So one of the traps that's in the first movie,
Oh,
this
no,
is
not
this
always.
is this is what it kind of goes to. One of the traps that's in the movie, it's based off of like, at least in the first couple movies, it's based off of like what you did, right? Like one guy was like telling lies. He got caught up in a thing with the FBI. I forget. I haven't seen it in a while. But he gets caught up in this thing. Well, he gets put in a trap where the whole room is covered in like, what is it? Like lighter fluid or something. And he has,
It's like a.
He has
it's
a-
like a jelly, but
Yeah.
it's flammable.
and he has an hour until the candle stops or
until
something.
until the door closes shut. But he has
And-
to find the combination, which is written on the walls, but it's only visible by bringing a light close to the
to the wall.
writing. But if he goes too close to the wall, the whole room catches on fire.
And,
And-
it's talking about you have to reveal the truth by
Yeah.
getting close to the lie or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he ties it to like what you
Yeah,
did.
it's not just a bunch of senseless killing as a lot of people think it is. It's like it all, like you said, it ties into.
Teaches you a lesson.
Yeah, that's the point of it.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. I might watch the movie.
You could probably watch it at youth.
Wow.
No way.
Okay. We have
Orca edition.
wow. Oh, did you answer, Mike? If you would live or you would die?
I said I would think I would. I think it
Oh.
depends.
Yeah, I would just die. I've seen one of the movies. Was it 8? The one where
God, there's 8 of them?
where the hooks.
there's
No,
10.
dude, there's 10.
Yeah.
What?
Like Fast and Furious.
You may have read on.
The one that starts the guys in a glass
Like in the park.
in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that one's crazy. And then later on in the movie, doesn't he have to pull himself up with the hooks in his chest? Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's
I
wicked.
feel like Nate, your trap would be like stuff is tightening down your hands, and you have to figure out how to move the soundboard to make the sound right. But if you move your finger too far, it's gonna like tear your flat. I don't know.
Nah,
Dang.
just take me. I'm ready.
Okay.
But you're listening to the like worst music ever, so like you're trying to finish before trying to fix it before.
So that was also answer to the other one. You're ready. See,
He's ready.
he's not. He's single and he's ready.
40 plus.
Ready?
40 plus is crazy.
Like, can I ask you something
I don't
about
know.
that?
Here we
It's
go.
not. It's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Trust me. Would you be? You could say no, and we can move on to the next question.
Nah, just go for it.
Okay. Would you be open to someone coming up to you and asking you out on a date?
Would I be open to it?
Yeah. Like, would you be open to not necessarily saying, yeah, let's go on a date, but like, is that something you would welcome, or you think you'd rather like mingle with someone, get to know them, and then you guys mutually, or maybe you feel comfortable enough to?
I don't know. So I've always been the type to where like I've always wanted to be like a gentleman to that person. So like opening the door for them, or like walking on the certain side of the street. That's, you know, the little things like that, right? And so part of that I feel like is me being the one to ask them out, and me being the one to do all those kinds of things. And so I've always seen it that way, but I'm not saying I'm close to the idea of a girl coming up to me and asking me to go on a date. Like, if that happens, and that's cool.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I guess.
You just had at least 5 girls fall in love with you right now, bro.
Cool. That was just my only question. We don't have to get any.
It,
Everything that he just said, though, is a valid reason as to why a lot of us, especially at this table, are like, why is this guy not single? 'Cause it's not you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like
know, dog. I'm the
everything-
common denominator.
Nah.
no,
Girls be
there's plenty
crazy.
of single women too.
Ah, we know those girls. We know what kind of games they played.
Hey, I'm single too, if that helps, bro.
I was about to bring that up, John
I mean-
Franco.
Yeah.
This man, talk to us about where you're at.
Oh, that's right, at Canes.
Okay, here we go.
Same
Games.
question or what?
No,
Canes.
let's start with:
Name
are you
drop.
talking
No, just
to
kidding.
anybody? And is there anything you'd want to do live on the podcast?
This guy just went like.
This is we were saying earlier, because I was telling him, I was like, there's this girl that I'm into. And I was
Okay.
like, bro, we should just text her live on the podcast and see
Nah.
what she says.
Oh, damn.
But he's like, nah, don't risk it.
yeah.
I would have risked it.
Well, I mean, we're on the podcast. If you feel like you'd want to, I think it would just have to be to where she's not like, dang, you put our business out there. But for it to still be like,
Let me eat a few more gummy worms and then
Yeah.
I'll see how I feel at the end.
He's like,
Like
he's
the-
like, pour me some more of that Coke Zero.
give me that poison.
Give me that
Yeah.
liquid courage.
I'm in the same spot as Nate.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's them.
It's not my fault. I'm better than you. Dang.
Until you're married, then it's always us and not them.
I never said that.
Right, Mike?
By the way. Just wanna-
Yeah, it's them. This one, in my case, yes, it was her. I don't care.
Okay, moving on.
I'll say it. I'll get in trouble again.
Michael loves to get in trouble. Okay, here's another question. If you were deserted on an island, what 3 things could you take or would you take with you? No foods, animals, or vehicles?
I would never take an animal.
Not even to like kill and eat?
I didn't think of that. I thought y'all meant like as a companion. Wilson.
No foods, no animals, and no vehicles. Stuck on an island. Brandon, what are you taking?
Pillow.
Such a waste, bro. Such a waste.
The immediate like disappointment in John's face is like,
Pillow.
Okay.
I don't know.
TV.
Wow.
I don't even know. You took all the good things that I can't take.
What did you say we couldn't take?
I'm gonna save you 3 things. You have your wife and your 2 daughters. So your wife would love you.
Why would I strand them with me?
Yeah.
Because you die
up.
together.
Same thing.
Also, they're
Yeah, you
not.
die all at once. It's beautiful.
Also, they're not things.
Oh.
That's crazy.
No, I see women as objects.
Oh,
For me, I immediately go to trying to get off the island. So I would want access to like what Starlink, Elon Musk's internet service, so that I could talk to people. Are you playing music?
Yeah, it just seems super quiet.
Oh, okay.
A
I was like-
MacBook.
I thought I was hearing sounds.
So
bro.
yeah, I would need access to
You're like, is this code zero?
Starlink. Yeah, a Mac. Oh, but how would you charge it?
How would you charge the phone?
I don't know.
Portable charger.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
That's an
that-
item.
That's okay. So the best. Okay, so I'd take Starlink, the best
Chef.
solar paneled battery charger, and the highest quality laptop I could have. Boom.
Okay.
machete, Bible, blanket,
No food,
foods.
right?
Yeah, no foods, no animals or vehicles.
surviving in the wilderness.
I would take fireworks in case there's a plane or something.
That's good.
fireworks or a flare gun
Would like
would work better.
could I take like seeds to grow a tree or something? Like a mango tree? I could
Sure.
live off of mangoes. I
Are
guess I need
seeds-
some
are
chamoy
seeds
if
a
I'm So I got a mango tree.
chamoy?
I got fireworks. Dang. I
I'm
don't
surprised you didn't roast him for saying fireworks.
I think that's a good idea.
know. Yeah.
Pillows.
I don't know. I don't know. So I would take chapstick. Don't want to be crusty. Or some moisturizer.
Never mind. I know why he's single.
Is
Ah,
That's
I mean,
great.
obviously the point is to get off this island, right? So you would want to take something.
Oh, I
that's
thought
my
we were
point.
just stranded there.
yeah,
Me
but when
too,
you're
because
stranded
I thought
there,
it was
you're
like,
trying to get off, right?
Well,
That
I
or
thought it was just
survive.
to
Well, I thought it
survive.
was
People like the
yeah,
seclusion.
that's what I was thinking too.
So
like
it's just there,
survival.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Trying to survive. Okay.
I stand even more so by my my stuff, even if I'm staying there.
I would take.
I feel like you'd broadcast to the world what you were doing.
Hey guys, welcome to Isaac Trevino's channel. Today we're gonna kill whatever we find.
Freaking shark.
All the orcas in the world.
I would take a shovel, a coffin, and a tombstone.
You're
wow.
dying out
I'm
there?
done, bro.
Wow.
Zero survival instinct.
I'm ready to go, bro. I'm ready. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It's kind of the theme throughout the episode. I'm done, bro.
Sounds kind of nice.
a knife.
Yeah,
Or
I was
like
gonna say I would probably take like a
bow.
machete or something,
I've seen enough Man
Like-
versus Wild.
Yeah, that's true. Machete would be good.
like just to cut stuff down, like cut down
Don't even.
grass areas, like so you can get through certain things.
Or a cactus to drink water. You ever seen Nacho
Um,
Libre? Where he cuts the cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, a machete. Probably like a container for drinking water, like a thing to store my water.
Right here.
I don't trust myself in like hollowing out. Like I've seen this guy who uses fire to like hollow out an actual tree trunk and he makes a canoe out of it. But like imagine like putting coals and stuff on there to let it burn and then you scoop it out and then you do it over and over again. Like just to find a receptacle to hold like clean water, I'd probably die just by that alone trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So some sort of container to hold the fresh water, a machete, and gosh, I don't even know. Probably no, not a flare, because I feel like with a machete I can put together some sort of this guy with the machete using the sun to like blind people in the air. Maybe matches or like a lighter or something. I don't know. I wouldn't make it very long. I know that for sure.
See, that's why you were first gone in the
No,
The other
first
podcast.
episode.
Yeah.
Say that.
On an island is different.
Zombie apocalypse is another thing.
That's fine.
I think I would.
He's backing me up because he was also the first.
Haters.
I feel like this question brings up that other question that we were talking about at YFM.
Oh
The-
yeah. If girls would rather be in the woods and encounter
Oh.
a man or a bear,
Oh.
and every girl and their mother said bear.
I wanted there to be arguments in the comment section.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I just feel like most girls have never seen a bear in their life. Like, it makes zero sense. If you're walking at the park, first of all, and you see a man, you're not freaking out. You're walking at the park and you see a bear.
You're gonna freak out.
Like, I don't understand
Not
the
only
lot.
that, but like even just at home, like bugs, like they can't even handle a bug. Like
I
Yeah.
can't.
really?
I mean, I'll kill them, but I hate the crunching noise.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Oh,
It's not fun, but like,
you got to do it.
for them to say like, "Oh, I'd rather encounter a bear," I'm like,
You wouldn't even handle a
Yeah.
spider.
If you had to kill one of them, the man would be easier to kill.
Yeah, for sure.
You got more odds. It's like 50-50.
sure, but
It could
for
be
me,
a good guy, too.
But for me, the question was like, I can actually have a conversation with the guy and just try to convince him, like, bro, like,
This isn't you.
yeah. That's funny. This isn't you.
Gwen to the bear. This isn't you.
You're
Okay.
better than this.
Here comes another question. If you had a time machine, where would you go?
Time machine.
Back to the 90s, baby. Just spend one more Christmas there. With all the cousins, grandma.
Well, a time machine includes the future.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot y'all grew up in the 90s,
Ah.
bro.
I kept thinking about.
Wow, this guy.
Dude, you're a straight 2000er?
You're a
I was
2000er?
born right at 2000.
Oh, so you're my brother's age.
Yeah.
Because whatever year we're in, that's his age.
What was that time like?
What? Oh, the 90s?
Wow.
Wild.
Dinosaurs were scary.
Wow. This man.
Um,
Jesus is my third uncle.
I'd be that guy. I'd go meet Jesus. I'm that guy. Sorry.
You would, but I think he would reprimand you. He'd be like,
He'd be like,
you're in the wrong
"You are
timeline.
So stupid.
You're messing things up, bro. Get the freak back."
At least
Wrong
don't.
timeline.
Why are you wearing a t-shirt, dude? Like, you need
Says-
at least a robe. Like, blend in a little bit.
And the shirt says he is risen.
Yeah.
Wow. He's gonna look at him like, spoilers. Get out.
I know. Like, the
Get
disciples are like, he's gonna die. What?
It's okay. He comes back. He comes back.
I think I would go back to.
Look at our
Um,
service from the 15th.
What is that?
I think I would go back to probably my freshman year and do a lot of things different.
What did
Just
you
leave it at that.
do?
It's this kind of podcast.
I know that I didn't like. Middle school was different in terms of like my education. Like I actually tried, and even that I didn't get like crazy good grades, but at least I was trying. High school, I was like, I hate this. Like I don't. So I did the bare minimum just to like get to the next grade, and I've seen how that has like made it harder for me to advance in certain things in life because sometimes I'm more inclined to just like, well, let me just do enough just to. So if I could, I don't mean to get all like in like deep or whatever, but honestly, I would go back to my freshman year, which was a year of a lot of like crucial mistakes that I made that has shaped me. But I feel like just avoiding that altogether, I still would have eventually been shaped the way I needed to be who I am today. And I would have tried a lot harder in school because I know that would have helped me develop and be like the fact that Nathan can say what's north and stuff. I feel like I'd at least be somewhere on that level.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Dude, he's amazing.
Guys, take a drink of whatever you're drinking every time he says.
And
Nathan's
imagine
amazing.
being with a guy and he doesn't need a compass. That's crazy, bro.
Exactly.
Well, it's just in
You'll
my
never
head.
get lost. He'll
Yeah.
always lead you.
Don't explain it. Just let it be.
You're the North
He's
Star.
just that guy.
You're the North Star.
Honestly, I would go back to high school too, like 2014 era. But like,
I was out of school
Oh,
for 5 years.
Wait, no, we were in high.
no, I feel like, but more for like to
Oh,
enjoy.
we're done. We graduated, bro.
I graduated 2011.
You graduated
We're
2013, right?
Yeah, we're 13.
I wouldn't redo it. I would just relive it. Like youth group era back then.
Oh,
Was solid.
that was the funnest time of my life. Anyway, what were we talking about?
What's
Where
up?
would you go back in time?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I would go back to high school, but just to like course correct.
Hmm.
You would go. You would go meet Jesus,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
I'm thinking more like 90s or early 2000s area, but more just to like invest in Bitcoin or Microsoft or something.
This dude.
Mm.
Wait, but
That's-
do you stay there?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
even then,
no,
I mean,
that's not part of the question.
even then with the timeline. If I'm
Oh, yeah, you
there,
could
I'm still
still-
gonna be growing up into it.
Stupid question.
You know.
I would go to the Alamo,
Nate,
Wow.
would you really?
but I'd be on the Mexican side.
This guy.
Yeah, apparently they had a victory. You know what's crazy is my uncles are the only people recorded in history at the Alamo to fight each other on opposite sides.
Really?
I had a great uncle that was on our side,
No,
and I had one in the Mexican side. For real, for real. The guy on our side, his name is carved into the monument.
Why do you say our side? Aren't they both
'Cause-
your family?
Oh, yeah.
Well, because I'm an American, sir.
He's an American citizen. But
I'm
if you go
evil.
back in time, then you change the timeline.
Yep.
And nothing.
That was
Is
part
as
of
it
the
was.
PS in parentheses.
Well, then I wouldn't change. Then I wouldn't go back because I can't see my life without my girls.
Aww.
Sensitive dad answer, but it's true.
So where'd you go?
You wouldn't go back in time then.
I would, because I met my wife in high school, and I would make sure I meet her again.
Hmm.
And I would show her a little skin.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa. That'll get
Okay,
her.
buddy.
But John, but what if you going back in time with that knowledge and you tried to pursue her in a way you think she would want to be pursued, that would kind of like turn her off and be like,
I'm gonna tell you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like I pursued her in a very immature way, and she still fell for it, but she still like fell in love with me.
She did fell for it. You're right.
So I would have just done it better and hope that it still would have been the same outcome.
Nah, Michelle back then was dumb, dude.
I forget you're her
Explain
brother.
why you consider her twin brother.
he's just burning that bridge. He's like, nah.
Say something bad about
Say
each
bro.
person's wife.
That's his twin, guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait, y'all are actually twins?
Yeah.
No
I'm gonna make
ways.
sure that the cameras are still rolling.
Oh yeah. Because last time they weren't. So to go back to the
Timeline.
deserted island. No, I didn't even answer.
Oh,
I thought you did.
No, I didn't say anything.
Dang it.
It would be a flint starter, tarp, and I'm thinking like maybe a knife. That's it.
I think I'd want to take my barbecue pit.
Just
Bro, you're in the wild. You can
But
literally
there's-
grill outdoors on a rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You never seen that guy that goes camping outdoors? That outdoorsman guy?
Survivor.
white
Man?
guy with the glasses.
Very-
White guy with the glasses?
Chills.
Bro, he's literally cooking on coals. It's actually pretty
Yeah.
legit.
He's legit.
He always makes honey butter.
Hey,
He's legit.
count your days. That Joker that freaking cooks in the hotel rooms. You're a nasty dude.
what?
Have you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
those videos?
Okay.
Dude, he like
Wait,
he's like
hotel or dorm room?
hotel. Like he goes in there and he like
It was all a
he-
fake.
I have-
He was
cooks,
faking
He
it.
cooks the food in like the hotel room, like by
Oh,
like
I've seen
a
the
hot-
dorm ones.
not even a hot plate.
I've
It's
seen
like,
that too.
Those are the ones
Yeah.
that I was
it's like
thinking of.
he's like microwaving it and like I don't know what the heck. It just looks nasty, and I'm like, dude, that's gonna get you like sick, so bad.
But why does that?
Like, so
Why are you so
sick.
offended by it? Like,
Because
count your
it's-
days. Like, you're gonna kill him.
It's so bad. No, the food's gonna kill him. Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Why he like microwaves everything or what?
No, he just makes it like rowdy weird. Like he uses like the hot iron of like the flat iron from the hotel.
Nah.
Yeah,
It's
and he
called
like
tough
cooks
times,
it like
bro.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
That ain't
oh,
nasty.
dude, no,
Paying for a
that's
hotel.
And,
When I used to live in a dorm, I would make eggs in the microwave. Like I would
Me too.
put eggs in a bowl, and I don't know if I would put milk or water, and I would put it in the microwave, and it came out super fluffy, bro.
nah, that's wicked.
super fluffy
That's
with some
crazy.
ramen on the side.
Nah, that's crazy.
hey, college.
I used
Yeah.
to
force you to make
have
stuff.
frozen chicken that like I'd put in the freezer.
No, don't tell me you put that in the microwave, bro.
So
That's-
I'd put that straight on a plate and I'd put it in the microwave for like 15 minutes.
that's actually bad, bro.
I know.
That's actually nasty.
But I would eat that every day and I was shredded to the gills, man. I looked so good. It was worth the salmonella.
Bro, that's actually crazy.
I know. I told my wife one day and she's like, "You could have died." And I'm like, "I
Okay,
didn't."
I got something off the top. While these guys figure this.
What's going on over there?
Oh, I was feeling it, dude. I just didn't want to say nothing. I was about
Well,
to take my sweater off.
We'll get we'll get back to those guys when they come back.
They're.
But I just
turning
thought of
on the AC.
something. What has been the sickest you've ever been? Like that you were like, you're like, dude, I just like feel like crap, or you're like throwing up all the time, or it's coming out the other end, or it's like, I'll go first. And it was earlier this year. I had McDonald's. I don't even know why that happened. Double cheeseburger. I don't know what you did to me, but dude, I for like a week had diarrhea, and it was the worst. Because it was like any little feeling, I had to go. I haven't felt like that in like years. I don't know what was in that food or what they didn't do right or whatever, but
What'd you eat?
it gave me a bug. A double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
I mean, you're kind of risking it every time you go to McDonald's.
That's
bro.
very true.
That's also true. Yeah. For me, it was Jack in the
Taco Bell,
Box.
too.
I ate
Jack
Jack in the Box, and it messed me up for like a couple of days.
Last weekend we went to the beach and we were like grilling on the beach, and I think Samuel bought the meat and he had gotten it like on a discount, but because it was about to expire,
Oh,
bro.
no.
And I remember like I had to go to church the next morning. Dude, I was throwing up in the middle. This was like 2 weeks ago. I was throwing up in the middle of the night, and I was serving with the middle schoolers, bro. And like after like every like 10 minutes, I had to go to the restroom, bro. Like it was so bad. It was good though. It was good.
Gwen has this story, and she started
Oh,
saying
the
it
one
on
on
the
the
podcast that like I just had explosive diarrhea, and one time I didn't make it to the toilet,
Yeah.
and it was like on the
the
walls
walls.
and stuff. And
That's
she
another
called
time-
into the podcast and shared that like live, and now I'm doing it for the second time.
That's
And I was
another-
like, when?
Oh.
but that's also another time I got you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, John gets me in trouble.
Yeah, we
was.
talked about
I've never been at that level. Like explosive diarrhea. Nah, that's
I mean, he doesn't remember it.
I must have blocked it
like
out.
how does it get on the walls? It's what I.
That's what I'm saying. It was like a daddy's. What is it? Daddy daycare? Like
Oh, yeah.
Nah, bro, that feeling like when you need to go and you're like driving home.
Oh,
You just-
dude.
bro,
Or you're
and-
walking.
Yeah,
When you're
as-
walking,
as
you're
soon as
almost
you get
there.
up, it's
yeah,
like
it's like, oh, dude, no, that's like the
every step is
scariest thing
lethal,
ever.
bro. Every step
What
is
did I walk
lethal.
into?
have I
Come
told
back
you all
to
the
table, you're
story
not
of
talking
me?
about crapping.
Yeah. Have I told you all the story of me peeing outside of a showing, a house?
No.
When I was doing real estate.
You were doing a real estate
I
thing?
have an embarrassing
Okay.
pee story as well.
So
When you went behind my house?
he's like, no, that's a normal pee story. So I'm there, and I'm like 22 years old. I'm getting my thing going in real estate. It's going amazing. This investor wants to meet with me,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm wearing khaki pants, and I'm wearing like a nice shirt, a blazer. And I need to use the restroom now, like right now, right? And I'm there, and I'm like outside, and I drive to the local like Whataburger. For some reason, it was closed or something happened. Oh, the places were closed. And I was like, what is happening? So I go to the place. I literally can't take it. Well, it's dark outside. So I end up just I just get out of my car and I start peeing like in somebody's yard. Right?
This man.
Somebody's yard. And then I just hear, Isaac. Hey, Isaac.
No.
And this
gosh.
big time investors walking towards me. Hey, how's it going? Nice car and all this stuff. And I'm just there and I'm like, hey. And like super like coming towards me, right? And I'm like, oh, give me a second. And I'm like pretending to do stuff, actively peeing. I can't stop. Right? And then I just like, the guy's going to turn the corner. And then I'm like, I can't stop. I just like try to stop and I zip up my pants, all this stuff.
No way.
I look down on my khakis, full pee all down my leg.
Oh my god.
The entire way down. This is a true story.
Oh.
The whole way down my leg.
Oh. Wait.
Hey, Isaac, how's it going? Shake his hand. Let me get my bag. I'm there. I look down, full pee, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I walk in, and I have a bag, and I'm just trying to cover as much as I could.
Oh my gosh.
And I go into this room. I open his house. There's like 8 investors there that all look at me like, oh, hey, whatever. And I'm like, I guaranteed they all saw the pee on my leg. And I just go in, I sit down, and I'm like, how's it going? Full blown pee all
That's
on
the
my
worst.
leg.
That's an
Yeah.
alpha move right there, bro.
Yeah. I was just like, well, it is what it is.
I've never heard that story before.
Yeah, I hardly ever tell it because it never comes up.
Why didn't you just go inside? Like,
So, I'm trying to think like why this even happened, but I remember going to this is 8 years ago, right? But I remember going to stores and them all being closed, and I'm like, I had to go. It was like one of those outskirts like places, and I just had to go in some random person's yard, and I didn't expect them to walk up to me, you know? Like, I mean, I feel like every guy's peed somewhere, like in grass or whatever at some point of our lives.
Yeah, of course.
And
Rite of
I was,
passage.
To
it
this
just,
day.
I just did not, I didn't expect this dude to be walking up. And I was kind of playing it off, like I was just looking at the neighborhood, you know, like kind of like looking around, like super nonchalant. And,
Ain't no
yeah.
way.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad.
how did we get to this topic? Was that one of the questions on the?
No, Brandon.
No,
that was
Brandon-
me. I said,
yeah.
when the sickest you've ever been, but it turned into
Yeah. I think I've said this on the podcast before. If not, it's definitely been in conversation. Go for it, bro. Do your thing. I was playing outside with some friends, and we were playing hide and seek or hide and go seek, whatever you want to call it. And I was counting in the corner right by the garage and the wall that meets the living room at my parents' house. So I'm there, right, counting. And I was like, you know what? I'm already in a corner. I gotta pee. Just pee real quick. But it was like 12 in the afternoon. There was no cars in the driveway. So literally anybody that happened to be looking out the window or any car driving by would have seen this guy just peeing in the corner for no reason. Now, my parents don't have like a flat, or I don't think anybody really, right, has like a flat driveway. It always kind of leans down so the water doesn't go up. So my trail of pee is just going down the driveway. And that's not even the worst part.
You peed on the concrete?
I'm peeing facing the corner of the garage and the wall, and so the pee is just going like between my
What?
legs.
Not on the grass or anything.
No.
No, because I was counting in the corner. I was like, screw it. While I'm counting, I'm gonna pee. So check this out. This is why maybe it's not as embarrassing as your story because you were.
no
like-
hands is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
so I'm just
no
there.
hands.
So I'm peeing, right? And then I hear like the sound of a car kind of pulling up the driveway, and I'm like, no way, someone's pulling up. And I was already getting ready to like tell my dad or my mom, like I couldn't hold it. I had to just go super bad. Who was it? It was my sister Sarah pulling into
course.
the driveway with the girl that I was like in love with since
Oh,
like
gosh.
middle school.
Oh,
No way. In the front.
my
No.
goodness.
Not,
Okay,
not
okay.
the other. Nah. No.
In
Y'all
trouble.
need to
Yeah.
Stop.
So I was like in love with her. Oh, and then what pissed me off is I found out as I got older.
Literally.
That was good. What really upset me, I'm not gonna say pissed me off again. What really upset me was that I found out that after I was like, I gave up. I was like, there's no way this girl's gonna like be into me. She's like way out of my league, super pretty. I found out later that she had a crush on me.
Wait, who?
After that moment.
After that moment, look at him just claiming his territory. Anyway, so my sister pulls up, right? Gets out of the car and she's like, "John, what are you doing?" And I just super embarrassed, like just with my ears are turning red.
Way.
And if you guys know me, you know that it doesn't take long and doesn't take very much for me to get like to blush or to get embarrassed. My ears turn super red. Are they turning red right now?
a little
No?
bit.
A little bit? Okay. Anyway, so I turn around and who do I see? Because it was just Sarah who talked. I turn around and I'm like zipping up my shorts. And I turn around and I see the girl that I liked in the front seat. And she's like,
No, she saw.
Oh my gosh.
No, this is.
No, you know what's up?
Mine
It's
was.
messed
I didn't
up?
think mine could be beat, but
You
this,
know
I
what's
think-
messed up? Sarah could have said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Please do not look at this real quick."
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
Instead of she was just like,
What are you doing?
"What are you doing?"
I think it's also, I mean, it was warranted. Like, why are you peeing at 12 o'clock?
Yes,
in the
that's
day
In the
true,
front of
but
the house,
still.
yeah.
in the front of the house? Like, you couldn't have gone to the backyard.
Sarah, that was not cool.
Anyway, that was super embarrassing.
That one.
That scarred me for sure.
I think that one's worse than mine. I don't
Yeah,
know.
At least you were able to hide yours. And
No, I
No.
actually don't think I hit it.
You think they were just like, "Oh, maybe he spilled
I think
something
they were
on
just
his-"
like, that guy peed his pants.
If you don't acknowledge it,
Like, whatever.
yeah.
And they were khaki. You know that thing
Yeah.
shows.
Dang, bro.
Dang.
Jeez.
That's hilarious.
Always wear black pants.
Okay.
So thank you for your question about pee.
Yes. Okay, so I actually posted on my story.
There's 6
About-
more questions about Nate on there, bro.
Oh God.
Oh, we're just getting started with the 8 questions. No, I'm
How
just
tall
kidding.
is he? Oh, he'll tell you.
Stand up.
Okay, I literally got
Come
a
find out.
bunch.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
we got
yeah.
so many
But,
questions.
but we don't have to go through all of them.
6 foot.
Yeah,
there
but
was-
that's people are interested, I guess.
This is actually a pretty cool question, and I kind of want to start with John on this one.
Okay.
This question is greatest. What is your greatest achievement in the last year?
My greatest achievement in the last year? Dang.
Him texting the girl right now.
Yeah.
Really wants him to do it.
That will be my greatest achievement.
I was like trying to talk him out of it before, and now like live, I'm like, dude.
He's like, for the pod, we should, but as a friend,
You shouldn't. That sounds about right.
I don't know.
I mean, you just moved.
Maybe I was
into-
about to say, I was like, maybe moving out. I don't know if I would call it an achievement, but
It's a big
You
achievement.
teaching a grown man
milestone.
how to cook his own food is a huge
yeah,
achievement.
I was gonna say because
Yes.
my roommate doesn't know how to cook. Well, now, thanks to me, right? But
Nice.
yeah, teaching him how to cook.
Heck yeah, man.
Walk it,
That's
drop
great.
it.
Mike?
Walk it, drop it.
Greatest achievement in the last year.
I think my
Probably
quad's
working
stuck,
out
bro.
consistently.
Yeah, you look good.
Consistency in your workouts.
Yeah.
You look
That's
good.
good.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Do you feel good though?
I feel great.
That's good.
I feel like I'm going up in how much I'm lifting.
Nice.
So like I can see it.
I can see it.
Okay,
I
man.
see them Instagram stories. Them big
Oh
ones.
yeah. It's hilarious because all of my gym photos that I do post, like I do get a lot of DMs, but it's all from dudes.
Oh yeah, no, guys check out guys way more than girls do.
Like killing it, bro. You're doing a good job. Keep going, bro.
It's exactly what it is.
Guys totally check out guys way more. Like if you look at my Instagram story, all naked men.
Gosh.
Okay, hold on. Time out. What?
It just happened like out of nowhere.
If you look at my Instagram,
Hold on.
look
hold
how
on.
many shirtless men do you see here? At least half.
He was being for real. I thought he
Oh
was
yeah,
a joke.
That's funny.
Turn around.
and then
The
a little bit of One Piece.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
The one thing Mike said. Okay, Mike.
Men
Greatest
check out
achievement.
men way more than women. At least,
Yeah,
yeah,
because I mean I do it too. I message other guys when I see them work out.
yeah. And I'm like, Show me the other angle.
Like, hey, keep it up, you know. Dude, you
I'm
look
telling
sick.
you.
Are you joking or are you being serious?
I'm being serious. I encourage, you know, like, dude, keep it up. You're doing great. Because I was telling him, like, when I
posting
post
these.
when I post my stuff, like, I do get a lot of DMs, but it's just from other dudes. You know, same thing.
I think, if a girl were to send you a message on that, it'd be obvious flirting.
Well, yeah, I mean, bring it, you know.
Like, that's the point.
But the real question is, are there any hearts from the ladies?
Oh, there is.
Okay.
There is
All right.
that.
Getting some lady love.
Ooh.
Wait, are you married?
Nah, I'm single.
Oh, okay.
Divorced.
Nice.
Nice.
No, it is. It is nice. Thanks.
It is.
He said greatest accomplishment.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Trust me, it's a lot better than it was.
We should have a divorced episode.
I can bring her on.
You'd bring her on?
Nah. I don't want to air that out.
So confident.
We'll
We're gonna
reenact
make it a
everything.
debate.
We'll
We're gonna make
reenact
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Fighting
We're
for
gonna
the
make-
kid. Who gets
Okay.
what?
Oh.
That's crazy.
It wasn't even.
What are your
It
top
wasn't
5
even
triggers?
like oh yeah.
Wait, do you have kids?
I have one.
Nice.
What's the top 3 worst things you've said to each other?
Who said worse things to each other? Was it her?
No,
Women are typically
no.
more ruthless with their words.
So
See what you did?
for me, I would say her because I feel like I've told her certain things like in confidence, like you know insecurities or whatever.
Oh, and they
And
bring
then
it
in
up
a-
later
yeah,
on.
in an
oh,
argument,
that's bad.
that like after that, like I noticed myself like I didn't tell her anything else afterwards. Like
Yeah, you lose trust
yeah,
completely.
I can't. I don't trust you with that. I
But
can't
with
trust you.
women, you can say something that you didn't even mean, and they like it ruins their lives too. So like
yeah.
John Franco's like, I wouldn't
I don't know yet. I don't know.
What
I'm
was
not there.
Oh, you will. No,
Oh,
like,
greatest
Greatest
accomplishment.
accomplishment.
That's-
we need more peace stories now.
oh man.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
Ah.
So you're saying
I guess for this year, moving out would be
moving out,
That's a good
Working
working
out.
out, consistency.
Greatest accomplishment within the past calendar year, or you mean like this year, 2024?
This
or-
man.
said fiscal year.
Greatest achievement in the last year. That's what he wrote.
Okay, in the last year. I guess learning apologetics, which is defending the Christian faith, and learning, just watching debates and learning from people that are smarter than me on Christianity, atheism, because there's certain people that I know, not and this is like coworkers and different things that don't have the same views as me, and they've asked me certain questions, and there's times where I'm like, hey man, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best answer to give anyone than just giving them some fluffed up answer that sounds good.
Yeah.
And to say, hey, I don't know, but I'm going to learn it. And, you know, I can get there. And when I do, I'll let you know, you know, because I've seen a lot of people that are, you know, they go to church, they know, you know, certain things about the Bible, certain, context is so important with the Bible and culture, and the Bible is such a hard book. It has poetry, history, you know, reading it in context is so important. And I think learning all that and learning how to, wow.
So sorry.
Yeah, no.
That was not on purpose.
No, it's fine. No, I think just learning all that and how to, course correct certain ways of thinking, learning the difference between cultural Christianity and actual Christianity really helps in that kind of setting.
I like that answer.
This man.
You got smarter this year.
Yeah, I would say. Oh, do you want to go next?
Mine's simple. His name is Leon Elijah Trevino. It's my son, my little lion. That's my greatest accomplishment this year for sure.
I thought you were going to say going on a trip with me to Los Angeles.
Oh God, we need to talk about that.
That
Boys
was
trip.
at least top 50.
Thanks, man.
So serious. Top 50.
I would say my greatest achievement in the last year would definitely be moving to McAllen.
Nice.
That saved us like so much money on gas and time. It was getting pretty stressful because Michelle goes to work an hour before I do. So having to leave Westaco, knowing the traffic and everything at a certain time.
Excuse me.
I was getting to work like an hour and a half before I have to even get there. So that was really, really hard. It's not like she could, it's not like I could drop her off.
Go home.
Yeah, go home and then come back. So it was like, it just made more sense to come here and just, so there'd be times where I'd lay down on the chairs or just to like take a little nap or something. I was so tired. But moving here has been like the greatest. You good?
Becoming your neighbor.
Oh, that's true.
There it
Y'all live.
is. We're neighbors.
Dude, that's super cool.
We're gonna have little conversations and breakfast over the fence. We're just gonna talk.
Okay, we could.
Like Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nathan?
neighbor.
Real quick, whenever you said learning apologetics, I thought he was talking about the band.
Oh, God.
I was like, damn.
I literally didn't know what apologetics was until he just explained it right now.
I
I always
actually-
heard the term, but I was like,
Yeah, I actually had only known about the band. I didn't know about the concept or what is it?
I've never even heard of the band. What is the band?
They take
I've never heard
secular
of it.
songs
It's
and
like
make
parodies, but they make them Christian.
Oh, really?
it's like Christian covers. Yeah.
Whack.
What do you mean? Oh, really? You
Kidding.
didn't know that?
No.
I've never
They
heard
do.
of
They do Bohemian Rhapsody, but from the point of David.
I see Jesus coming up from the mountain.
Ba-da-doo, ba-da-doo. Just kidding. That's the
I
power
worship
of-
at your throne. It's like super like lame.
I think my greatest accomplishment this year, it's kind of like a 2-in-1, but like just the way that I got hired here at Vital.
Dude,
The
that's
conversation that I had with Pastor Abe about him like wanting to just pour into me for 6 months, and there's people willing to pay thousands to get that kind of treatment from him, and instead I'm getting paid to do it, and it's like just so backwards that doesn't really make sense, but that's just God. But through that, I had the opportunity to be the front of house engineer for Easter Juntos while Pastor Abe did the live stream. And so that was the first, well, that was the biggest crowd by far that I had ever mixed the in-house mix for. We had over 3,000 people. So like just kind of adding that to my resume is just like, dude, like I could never have, a year ago I never thought that was even like an option or possible, but
Wait, did you get hired within a year?
yeah, I got hired in
Whoa.
February
Dude,
of this
that's
year.
Nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I barely have a year and a half here at Vital. I got here in 2023.
Gosh, Nate, I feel like I've known you forever.
Yeah. But yeah, that was insane, and that was really cool teaming up with, he's our pastor and I've gotten to know him really well, but to team up with a Grammy Award winning guy where, he does live stream and I do the front of house, it was cool. And we did the same thing for the tent revival. I was mixing front of house while he was mixing live stream. And that was just such a cool opportunity. And I remember during Easter Juntos, the moment as the band came in during the intro and like, it's time for me to get to work. I remember my finger was like this on the faders and my eyes got super watery and my heart was pumping. Like the adrenaline in that moment, and especially just like building to the first song, Bienvenidos a Easter Juntos, whatever, and like just getting into it. I'm like, dude, this moment is insane. But like, honestly, dude, like, of course, all glory to God, but like Pastor Abraham, like he's been just pouring into me, and I just keep getting compliments about the mix and stuff like that, and it's just something that I can't take credit for. So for sure, like giving it to God and then to Pastor Abe, and yeah, it's just unreal.
That's
super
good.
cool.
Super good. This is actually a really cool question.
Okay.
Moving on here. Which cartoon character would you want as president?
Cartoon character?
Oof.
Johnny Test.
It's definitely your era.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think anybody has seen that. Why do I want to say Batman?
I almost said Superman.
Wait, you said cartoon or?
Yeah, cartoon
Oh.
character.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
Something.
Like
some anime,
solely
right?
cartoon.
I wasn't even thinking anime because it's not really a cartoon, you know.
It's cartoon.
It's an art.
It's not
It's
cartoon.
different.
Rick and Morty.
I'm just gonna go with Batman from the
Batman?
animated series.
Okay. It's crazy that he picked Batman before you, Brandon.
Major Glory. Dexter's
Major
Laboratory.
Glory. Wow.
Who's
He's
that?
all American.
Yeah.
But like in a stupid way.
You're not wrong.
That's cool.
Deep cut.
Nate,
If you
Superman?
know, you
The-
know.
I mean, I guess,
Jojo.
Oh gosh.
the first one that came to mind was Superman, but now I'm thinking Captain America. But I feel like that's kind of a cop out using a superhero. No,
Nah.
Wow.
It's a cartoon character.
no.
Which cartoon
Nah.
character would you want as president? Is the question.
Yeah, it's who
Good.
you want.
Then yeah, I'll go with Captain America.
Who would I
Captain
want
America.
as president? Who would be fun to have as
So
president?
basically, Donald Trump.
Yes.
I wouldn't go that far.
And any of you prophets talking about, oh, I was talking about the second
Okay.
term this year.
Ah.
Nah. You missed it in 2020, buddy.
Dude, no. That's funny.
I'll go with Samurai Jack.
Nice.
Who's that?
I think he would.
Okay.
I think he would.
All right. You know who Samurai Jack is? Oh.
Samurai Jack. It sounds familiar. Is it like anime?
No.
I mean, it's like an American
Wait,
version.
what's the
American
show? What's the
anime.
show
It's not.
called?
Samurai,
Samurai
Jack.
Jack.
Samurai Jack.
Oh,
I never saw that show.
it's out of my
One of the coolest intros.
era. Oh yeah, 2001.
He was
You were
one.
What was the name of the kid, Brandon, who stood up for all of the kids in
Codename Kids Next Door?
No. In
That was a good show.
Dude,
Recess.
that was such a good show.
The kid with the red cap.
Oh, Recess.
Oh, something.
Tom.
Oh, what's his name?
I feel like he would be a cool president.
I wanna say
RJ.
Tom.
No, not RJ. What was his name?
Timmy? No.
Dang. Now I gotta look it up because I'm blanking out.
Put it in the chat. That's how I think would be cool as a president. He always like stuck up for his friends, and he was always getting in trouble.
TJ.
TJ, there you go.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen that kid that stands up in his in the bus
Yeah.
to encourage? He's like, guys, coach is right. We gotta whatever. And everyone's like, shut
It's up to us.
Yeah, it's up to us. And all the kids are like, start booing him and start like cursing at him, like,
Yeah,
shut up.
Yeah.
I remember seeing comments like, bro thought he was the main character, dude. Like in a Disney movie, it was so funny.
I saw one of the girls from our youth, and then like she posted this picture, and like I guess you could tell that she's like feeling herself in the picture, and her sister commented, and it was like she thought she ate, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
He liked the comment.
That was
Didn't
funny.
like the picture, just like
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I do.
another question is most embarrassing moment in front of your in-laws.
I guess this doesn't apply to all of us.
yeah. I guess I'm sitting this one out.
So I bought Gwyneth a card in Spanish, and
Oh no.
I was like, I wanted to impress her, you know, and show her that I was learning Spanish and whatever. And basically nobody here knows Spanish, right? Except for maybe John Franco and Nate a little bit. I'm decent, but so in the front of the card it says, "I love you from your head to your toes," and it says it in Spanish,
Yo.
right?
Despacito.
And then when you open the card, it said something else in Spanish, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's cute." But when you open the card in Spanish, remember, okay, so the front of the card said, "I love you from your head to your toes," and then as you open the card, it said, "Especially what's in the middle."
I mean, you're her husband.
Right here, boy.
No, I was just
You're
dating her,
Oh my god.
and she read this in front of her whole family.
Wow.
And her family was laughing and laughing. And I was like, what just happened? And then she like translated it for me, the the card inside, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Like, sorry.
Wait, so let me just get this straight. You only saw one side of it, and on the inside
So-
you put like what?
So, cards like this, front says, "I love you from your head to your toes." And
I
like,
know, but
"Oh,
you
how
didn't read
sweet."
the inside.
No, I was just like, "Oh, this is a good card." And I've
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
read.
were
I don't
you
think I've read
right?
any card I've ever bought.
Were you right on the inside?
Yeah, and I wrote like, "Oh, you know, you're awesome." or whatever.
He was planting seeds.
So I don't think I've ever told anybody at this table this story. And I think it's embarrassing because this probably wasn't like the most conventional way to do something this important. But I remember when Michelle and I were talking about wanting to get married, there's obviously there's a process. You have to do certain things to get there, right? So you propose to her, or you get the blessing, then you prepare. You get the blessing from her father or her parents.
Then have kids.
Then you propose to her. Then she says yes, obviously, and then you plan the wedding and you get married, right? Like those are the steps. And at least those are the steps that we practice, right? Because I'm pretty sure everybody does their own thing, right? And so what we did was we reached out to Michelle's parents and we said like, hey, we want to have dinner with y'all. Go for it, bro. We want to have dinner with y'all and we want to just talk to you guys about a couple things. So I'll never forget this. We met them at a Denny's. Did mom and dad or anything say anything to y'all like when they left the house to meet me and Michelle at Denny's?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. So we went to Denny's and we sat down at a booth. We waited for them to get there. We sat down. We shared a meal. We talked. We laughed, whatever. And then we said, okay, so we want to talk to you guys. And I kind of led the conversation. I was super nervous, right? Like it's nerve-wracking to like ask your girlfriend's dad for permission, but like to be with both parents, which that was a decision that Michelle and I both made together to ask both of them at the same time. But I just remember like the look in their faces, like they were saying like, okay, like we understand whatever. But I think they were waiting for us to kind of like follow up with like something. And, Michelle's mom, she got pregnant with Michael and Michelle at a very young age. And Michelle and I got married very young. So they kind of felt like, okay, we get it. You guys love each other. You guys have been together for however long you guys have been together. You guys love each other. You want to get married. We understand. But like, I think they thought we were rushing it because she was pregnant or whatever.
Mm.
And so I remember like them just sitting there and kind of being like, okay, like kind of like, uh-huh. And I was like, yes, we just want to know, like, is this something that you guys approve of or whatever? And so they were kind of just like, okay. And they were waiting for me to follow up with, we want to get married but that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like they said yes, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you guys or whatever, like how you would think it would be, or at least want it to be. It was very much like my father-in-law just like looked down and he was like cutting his pancakes or whatever. And it was like super, super awkward. And I just remember when I dropped off Michelle later that night, like we were obviously super excited because we got their blessing. Now it was up to me to kind of figure out how I'm going to propose to her. But I just remember looking at her and I was like, that didn't go any way that we thought we was going to go. And she was like, no, not at all. And I was like, dang it. So I remember I was like, I never want to put myself in a situation where they're second guessing or they're kind of wondering like, so
what else is going on?
Yeah, like what else is going on? Like I wish that it would have just been like us maybe communicating with them better and just letting them know like, hey, these are our intentions.
Did they ever ask you? Did they never like actually were like, okay, is there something else you want to say?
Yes.
They did.
That's what they said. They were like, is there anything else? And we're like, no, that's it. I mean, and they were like, oh, okay. And it was like, okay, sure. Yeah, like, whatever. And it was kind of just like, my father-in-law was just there. Like,
yeah, he's real awkward in situations like that.
So for sure, that's not something I would ever want to repeat.
What was the question?
Oh, I think you were.
Yeah, I went to go fill it. Wow. Some water.
The question was.
Embarrassing moments in front of your in-laws.
Yeah.
Yeah, most embarrassing moment in front of your in-laws.
Oh no. I know. Probably when I punched a bag of ice.
What?
Dude, I was super, super groggy from work, and I stayed up late that day. and Yesenia's church were doing like an outreach at the river. So they were going out to
At the river?
to
What
the
does that mean?
San
On
Marcos.
the Riverwalk?
No, in San Marcos, the river, the tubing river. They were doing baptisms or something, and they were like doing like a whole like everybody's coming to the church. We were dating at the time, so I remember we went,
Dog.
and I was like, dude, I'm super tired, and like, Yesenia picked me up, and I was like, can we stop at the store for energy drink or something? Because I'm super tired. And she's like, you knew you were supposed to come. I was like, yeah, but yesterday I worked a double, and because I think we were in the process of getting married, so like I was trying to work as much as I could to pay off the wedding. So I was like, yeah, I'm just super tired. And I just remember they were like, hey, we have a bag of ice. Can you like can you break it up?
No.
So I got it right, and where the church is, it's like all gravel. Like there's no like good like place to like drop this thing nicely. So I don't know what got in me, but I think it was the energy drink or whatever. I just started smacking this thing like Rocky, just pow pow pow. And I remember like people were watching me like, what a psychopath. What is he doing? And I remember she was so embarrassed. And like, I was like, I'm so sorry. And my hands are all like scraped up and messed up and stuff. And I remember her mom texting her and asking her, is he okay? Is there anything wrong with him?
Is there anything wrong with him?
I don't know. I just remember it was super awkward, but it was super funny. I don't remember. I was just going off on a bag of ice, bro.
Dude,
Oh man,
that is hilarious.
That's good.
I don't even know why. I don't have any like logical thinking of why I did that at all. I just
Were you holding it up with the other hand?
no.
You put it on the floor.
Threw it on the floor. Brock Lesnar ground pounding it, like doing that.
Just got enough. What is it? A full mount or a full guard? To just
Yeah,
Crying.
Oh man.
so bad. I know people in that church were like, "What is wrong with this dude?"
He's the first one to get baptized right now. Bring him over here.
Oh man,
That's wild.
that was funny.
That's funny.
So, super random, like switch. You work? Where do you work?
Chase.
Chase Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And you do like
I'm a
do you do?
banker.
You're a banker. How long have you been doing that?
Literally. Well, I've been in banking for like 3 years, but I think I just started in that job like maybe earlier this year. I was like a teller before.
Is
Yeah.
there? Brian and I were talking about it last night because we were talking about like phobias and just different stuff. And I would imagine, like anywhere you work, I'm sure you kind of have some sort of like fear that some joker's just gonna walk in. And
I'm always on edge, bro.
really.
One time, I will say this one time,
Oh snap!
I was working at and I was already on the banker side. This guy like pulled up real suspicious to the teller line, like backpack, hoodie, everything.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
in the lobby area, and he went up to one of the girls, so I was kind of just like scoping it out, right? And he's like, he goes to the teller line, and he's kind of like,
Wow.
and he
Oh,
like
no.
slips a note to the teller,
Oh shoot!
and I go over there, and I'm kind of like,
Yo, what's
like,
up?
I'm ready to go down, and I'm just kind of looking at her, like trying to give her signs, like, you good?
Mm-hmm.
So then, anyways, he's just real suspicious, and he keeps looking back at me, and I'm like kind of
Mhm.
like trying to mean mug him. Anyways, he walks out, and I go up to the teller. I'm like, "Hey, like, are you good? Like, what did he slip you?" And she was like, "Oh no, he was deaf. He just."
Oh, dude.
My heart was racing a little bit. I'm like, where is this going?
Good.
Nah, bro, but I'm real like, everywhere I go though, I'm always on edge. Like even at church, bro. Like, I'm sitting down next to the nearest exit, And like when people get up to go to the restrooms, I'm like, why are you getting up so often? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you bro, I'm always scoping out like the most suspicious people. It's a bad habit, but like I always like, I don't know if it's just an instinct or what.
Have you always been like that?
Yeah, especially on planes, bro. Especially like on planes. Like I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I'm literally just like.
Didn't Gwen used to work at a bank and she got robbed or something?
Gwen got robbed.
Really?
She worked at Wells Fargo, and the girl next to her, they did that. They slipped her a note. She gave all the money, and the person left. And then that boom, so they rang the alarms and stuff.
I'll slip that note back, bro. Nah, this is off topic, but relating to the bank. I remember when I used to work at Wells Fargo too. My very first week on the job, I was a teller, and over there at Wells Fargo, like at the teller line, you can only see their chest and above when they're at the teller line. And this lady comes up. She's like 50, maybe late 40s at most, and because I'm helping her out, doing her transaction, and she starts to get like a little impatient. Like I notice her face is then keep in mind, this is during COVID, so we only had the restrooms open for employees. So we wouldn't open it up for customers. And she's looking kind of impatient, and I'm like, girl, it's my first week, like chill.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she starts looking down and she's like, oh my gosh. And I was like,
no.
I thought she was looking at her watch or something, and I was like, I'm almost done, like don't worry. And she's like, oh, like, she's like, do you have napkins? And I'm like, in my head, I was like, oh, she's probably bleeding or something. And I was like, yeah. So I go and I get her some paper towels. Bro, she wipes her leg, and it's like poop. Like, literally like poop. And she's like,
No.
bro, like diarrhea. Like
What?
Dude, it's disgusting. And she's still going. Like, and I'm like, she's going, and she's trying to clean it. Like, I'm giving her paper towels. And there's people waiting in line behind her. And I'm like, you can just go. Like, you don't need to be, like, we're done.
Why
bro.
are you here? Yeah, leave.
Bro, that was my first week on the job. And I had to clean it, too. I remember. I had to go.
Wait, so is that when your paranoia started, or your...
Yeah, bro. Dude, my thing was like, oh, and then she was like, it's good, like,
Ugh.
it's because I asked to go to the restroom and y'all wouldn't let me use the restroom. But it's because they were closed during COVID. And I was just like, bro, like, that's disgusting. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
I have
At
zero
all.
tolerance for
All the way
I
out
mean-
of pocket.
Bro.
Like,
All
she
the way
couldn't
out
have
of
gone
pocket.
somewhere to go and then go
the
back
crazy
to the
thing
bank?
is I didn't even hear it, bro. Like,
Oh, okay.
leak. But it doesn't even seem like she was freaking out.
no, like she just looked like impatient. I thought I was just taking long and she was getting mad. But apparently she was, bro, full puddle and everything. It was kind of gross. Not kind of gross. It was gross.
Some girls just know how to play things off. I saw a video the other day of this girl who was like, they were live streaming and she was just there and they were all drinking or partying or whatever. And they were having a good time. And she was there just in the pool and she literally just goes like this. And then she takes her hand off. And like if you slow-mo it, she's like throwing up. Like full blown. Like. And everybody, and then she just goes like this, and she's like all dainty and whatever. Before and after, and like the whole thing, and the whole comment section is like, how? Like that's crazy that you can just pull that off like that.
It's experience. Make your room for more.
Okay, so you worked at the same bank, just a different position, or you?
Yeah, I worked at Wells Fargo as a teller, and then I came to Chase as a teller, but then recently became
Dope.
like
Nice.
a banker there.
And have you worked anywhere else, or you've done?
I worked in a pharmacy before that. I worked at Walmart like during COVID. That was crazy too, bro. And I got that job randomly too, cause I remember I applied just as a cashier, and I was getting interviewed, and
they were like, "We need someone in the pharmacy," and you're
literally, yeah, the pharmacist came in during my interview, and she was like Julian, like the guy who was hiring me, she's like, I've been telling you, like I need like a cashier at the pharmacy, and he was like, do you want to work in the pharmacy? And I was like, screw it, yeah. So then I go, and eventually I became like a pharmacy tech. It was crazy, yeah, bro.
Heck
It
yeah.
had nothing to do with what I wanted to do in life, bro. I think I was studying like I was trying to get my electrician license at the time, and I was just like over here filling prescriptions. Honestly, super relaxing job though, bro.
Really?
Like those ASMR videos where they're just filling prescriptions.
Well, they
So,
get paid pretty well too, right? Like
yeah,
pharmacists and
yeah,
stuff.
they get paid pretty decent. The thing that was like that would stress me out about that job is like writing prescriptions, Because, I mean, bro, like, doctor's handwriting is crazy. I'm like, how do you not, like... And I don't know how people read it. I never understood
Like,
it.
y'all don't got access to a printer? I mean...
Yeah, I would always get real OCD there, bro, because I was always scared of accidentally giving an 80-year-old
Well,
the wrong medicine.
That's what I was getting to.
Oh, yeah,
Especially
you
when you
kill
mentioned
somebody.
the pharmacy. I'm like, I could only imagine. Because
It
you're saying it's a
happened.
peaceful, like, it was chill or peaceful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, to me, that would stress me out.
It happened, like, at a... I don't know if it was a Walgreens or somewhere local here in McAllen, and some old guy, like, died because they gave him the wrong...
Yeah, my grandma, this is going to sound crazy. My grandma died because they gave her 2 medicines that shouldn't have been mixed, and they resuscitated her. She came back to life, and they blamed it on the combination of these 2 medicines she was taking. She was marked dead, and they brought her back because of that.
Did they sue?
Yeah, it's like some guy named John Franco gave her the medicine.
Ah.
No, but this is a true story.
Yeah, bro, that...
What
that's
other
stressful.
interesting jobs have you had?
I always say this to everyone, but I used to work at Whataburger with Bio from Grupo Frontera.
Really?
Is he
Yeah,
what
bro.
instrument?
Back in high school. The main guy, the singer.
Wow.
Yeah, literally, I saw the guitar player today at work. He came in. I don't know. He was like, they always come into that branch. Not the main guy, but like the guitar player and one of the drum players. But
Cashing in that check.
yeah. But when I used to work at Whataburger in high school, he was there in the grill.
Gwen knows the drummer.
Yeah, bro. The other guys besides Bio, they're all usually here in the valley.
You good?
Wanted to kiss.
That's interesting.
Yeah, bro.
The first job that I ever had. What was your first job? Was it there at Whataburger
Yeah.
in high school? My first job was at a Halloween store.
Really?
The Spirit of Halloween.
Demonic right off
tell
the
him-
bat.
tell him why
your
you quit.
parents wanted you to do
Okay,
that?
well, hold on. So, first of all, my mom didn't want me to do it. My dad's like, sure, try it out. But my mom was like, no, don't do it. The only reason why I did it is because my brother-in-law, Tommy, was like, yo, I just got hired at Spirit of Halloween. He's like, they're
Freaking
paying us
Tommy.
like $15 an hour, which back
Doink.
then was like crazy. Right now, it's like not that great.
Still good, but it's not.
Right. And he was. So, our camera died. And so I went in there, and I've never done an interview in my life, never whatever. And I just walked in, and she's like, "Are you a people person?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, no, I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I
I just,
am a people
Yeah.
person.
So I just kind of like just said everything, like everything that she was asking me. It seemed like it was she was wanting to hear that answer, and I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely," or whatever. What about your work ethic? How's your work ethic? Oh, it's great. You know, I'm a hard worker. Never worked a freaking job in my life. And so I get hired. She's like, "All right, let's do it." You know, whatever. So they got my information,
This is so
and I got hired, and I got fired in like the same week. I've never like one of the things that Michelle always teases me about. She's like, "You have no idea what the real world is like. Like, you don't know what it's like to work an actual like secular job, like a fast food restaurant. Like, you've always worked in church. You've always been in the church." And she's like, "There's nothing wrong with that." She's like, "But you don't know what it's like out there." And I'm like, "Really?" And like I like we'll not fight, but we'll like play fight about it. But like I quickly realized like how true that is. Like I was going in when I was working for my dad, I was doing landscaping and I was also doing graphic design. And my dad just basically told me like, you just got to work 4 hours a day. You can choose whenever you want to work those hours, but you need to come in at least 4 hours. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'd be staying up all night with these guys playing video games, and then I'd get up like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, like the hottest point of the day, and I'd go out there and start cutting the grass. And my dad's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'd finish cutting the grass like at 5. I'd rush home, shower and change, and then be back for sound check and service or whatever. And like it was like that for a long time. So like
That's amazing.
having to clock in and clock out of like a job where they're like no tolerance, like they don't tolerate like you coming in late. Like, what's your excuse? Like, I'm gonna write you up. Like, what? Like, and I remember the reason why I got fired is because I didn't pack myself a lunch. I forgot, and I was hungry, so I faked having like a headache to go home to go get medicine. And we don't live where Blockbuster used to be. We don't live very far from there at all.
It's like 5 minutes. Maybe.
It's like 5 minutes. With traffic, maybe 6 or 7. But I remember I went home and it's 5 or 6 minutes there and back. So you're talking about at least 12 to 15 minutes. And I told her, like, I live 5 minutes down the road. She was expecting me to be back, like, super fast. And I was there, like, making a sandwich, like, on the toaster thing and, like, trying to eat it. Like no regard for, like, my responsibilities. Just thinking, like, it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal, whatever. And I just remember I went back and she was, like, really upset. And so then I noticed that I stopped getting scheduled. And then, like, they sent me, like, my final check in the mail. And Tommy's like, hey, like, where have you been? And I was like, I think they fired me. And he's like, why? And I was like, he was like, you're only there for a couple of days. I was like, I know. But it was so funny because, like, I liked doing the things that nobody liked to do. I like to make things look, like, square and, like, organized. Everybody was just trying to get the stuff on where they're dead. Okay, this is this type of costume. This is whatever. But I was the one who was, like, taking the things off, moving the hook over one little hole because it was too close and the bags were rubbing against each other.
OCD was kicking in.
Right. But, like, it made the store look better, and the boss, the girl who was running it at the time,
I was like, I like it.
yeah, she's like, yeah, keep doing it, like, it's fine. And so that was my way of, like, staying out of talking to people because I'm not a people person. But I'm over here telling her, I love talking to people. But that was my first job, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, and it's because not only because it was super awkward and random first job, but I had, like, my first kind of, like, whoa experience with, like,
Paranormal.
yeah, like paranormal stuff.
Now we're getting into it.
If we start, it's gonna go.
That's fine. So
I mean, I don't know if it's fine for me.
so
Let us know when you need to tap out.
I remember in the back where they used to have the game portion. Remember when they had all the games in that one section of the Blockbuster? It was like a door you walked through it and it had games and all the systems.
Is it the old Hermes building?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it was a Hollywood video with Game Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what it was. I remember too.
By the way, for context, it's 12:30 a.m.
Yes, 12:32 a.m. and 12:33 actually.
Dang.
And it's almost Brandon's birthday. Brandon's birthday is on the 13th. Yeah. So yeah. So I remember in that back room is where they stored all of the displays and, like, all the spooky stuff that they, like, made crates to, like, the werewolves were in there, like all the little displays that you could take home and whatever. They were super heavy. You needed at least 3 or 4 guys to pick them up and move them out of there to put up the displays. Well, I remember them. There was like 8 or 9 of them leaning this way, like this much on the wall. And I remember towards the back, they had like a back office and stuff like that. Are they still recording? Is the thing green, or is on the side of it red?
I did.
What about this one? Son of a gun.
I actually think I have to go too.
Well, we didn't get to say goodbye.
I mean, we still have the audio.
Bye.
I mean, I'll still finish my story. So the stuff was all like, it was super heavy and it was slanted all the way to the left and it was leaning against the wall. And in the back, that's where the girl was in the office who would like cut out the checks and all that stuff. And I remember I was walking into her office to get something from her. This is when I was still working there. When I walked back and I walked out of the office, I just heard a loud bang, boom, like super loud. And I was like, what the heck? I turn around, I walk in there, and she came running out of the office. All of those 8 or 9 boxes that were leaning this way were now this way and just scattered all over the floor. And I was like, and she came out, she's like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know, I just walked out of here. And she's like, okay. And she's like, well, we need some help to get whatever. And I just remember thinking, like, I want to get the hell out of here. I don't want to be here.
Heck no.
Yeah, Nathan thinks they're dead.
It's okay. I actually have to leave anyway. So. Sorry, guys.
Oh, shoot. What was Nate? What were we going to ask him? Remember at the beginning of the pod?
Oh, yeah. Were you going to tell us something that you... Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now that we're off.
Well, I'll just use that as a soundbite. Thank you guys for listening. I don't know how far the video got cut off. But thank you guys for listening and watching. This has been the Grown Up Kids podcast. Shout out to John Franco for
John
joining
Franco.
us.
Cameras aren't even on.
This won't be the
I was over here waving at the camera.
This won't be the
I wonder
last
when they
time.
stopped.
I don't know.
Hey, we need a part 2.
Yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
We usually break them up when they're this long.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is long.
All right, guys. Thanks
Love
for
you guys.
listening.
All right, bye.
You want to press the red button?